Mastering your mind is one of the hardest things you can accomplish in life. On a daily basis, we're overwhelmed by all kinds of emotions and feelings. Self-doubt, racing thoughts, and fear all prevent us from reaching an inner place of peace. With gratitude, a concept called Mudita, and the ability to forgive yourself, you can control your mind. The first concept, gratitude. Happiness is something that is controlled by your mind more than anything else. It is your state. It is not a material fact. It is just how you feel. If you change how you intake the world around you, you can really control how you feel. And the number one way of doing this is gratitude. And the most effective way I've found is gratitude journaling. Whenever I don't feel thrivingly happy, I journal. And what I actually do is I'll rate my happiness level on a scale of 1 to 10, 3 times a day, in the morning, in the middle of the day, and in the evening. And I'll write what are the things that are making me happy and what are the things that are not. And what I'll do is in the morning and in the evening, I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. And the impact on how I feel is tremendous. This is not only valuable for gratitude, it's also valuable for affirmations. You know, I took 3 computer science classes when I was in college, but one of them is a class called software engineering. And it was the most difficult and intense computer science class at Brown. I was out of my depth. I was with a bunch of people who were majoring in computer science, and I was failing the assignments. Because I have dyslexia, it's very difficult for me to code because Speechify doesn't work for code as well, and I would misspell variables so the programs would break. And this class is a class that is infamous because a lot of people drop it. They leave the class. I didn't. Partly it's because I managed my mind. I kept telling myself that I was good at things. And so this positive self-talk is really, really important, and that introduces us to our next concept, which is having the ability to forgive yourself. I often set very big, hairy, audacious goals, and I go after them like a shark smelling blood.
Ooh, that's good.
Nothing will stand in my way. I'm a bulldozer. But when I don't hit them, which often happens because they're really big goals, I forgive myself. I do not do negative self-talk in my brain about myself ever. And the reason is that I have overridden it with positive self-talk. I tell myself good things about myself in the mirror. I tell myself good things about myself because I tell other people good things about them all the time. I'm just so practiced at being positive and finding the best in things because I do it when I talk to other people about them that my brain now knows to do that about me. I had a huge goal around where I wanted to be in life by the time I was 22, and I didn't hit it. And so I reset it to 23, and I didn't hit it. And I reset it to 24, and I didn't hit it. And I had this deep conversation with my dad, and I thought about it a lot. I wrote a lot of journaling around it and did a whole Google sheet about my life. And then I instantly forgave myself the same day. You know, the goal was set for when I turned 24, and on the day that I was 23 and 364 days, I was very sad. I did not want to turn 24 because I felt like I had not accomplished what I set out to do in my life. But on the day I turned 24, I forgave myself, felt amazing, reset my goals, and moved on. And the ability to forgive yourself allows you to be happy and still go hard at the same time. Cultivating that ability is super key. The third concept, which is the most important in my opinion, is Mudita. Mudita is a word in Tibetan. It is my favorite word, and it means to feel a joy for the thriving of others or for the well-being of others. And I really fell in love with this word around the time that I had the most difficult time in my experience building Speechify. Users weren't using the app enough, people were leaving the company, it was really, really tough. I was very tempted to go and work on another project. My brother was really successful at the time with the stuff that he was working on, and I felt weak. I felt vulnerable. I felt that if I could code better, I would make faster progress, and I felt that because I am dyslexic, I can't code as well as my brother. My brother is also my best friend. His name is Tyler. And I felt jealous of Tyler. And that to me was a very, very challenging feeling because I typically don't feel jealous of people. And I consider myself to be the happiest person that I've ever met. But I was not happy that I was feeling this way. I didn't know what to do about it. And I was like, you know, above everything else, I love Tyler. I love him with all my heart. And seeing him succeed and thrive and be happy is the best thing ever for me. The value I get from that is so much more than, you know, the challenge I get from comparing myself to him when he is more successful than I am. Eventually, I just internalized this feeling and I stopped feeling jealous because whenever that feeling would come, I would just focus on how amazing Tyler is and how that must feel for him. And at the end of the day, it's not a race. We are all in this together, especially you and the people that you love. Having this ability to feel Mudita for others, and it's not just for your brother, it's for your friend, it's for a stranger across the street. It really improves how you feel about the world. So the common thread between gratitude, forgiveness of yourself, and Mudita is that they are tools in order to reshape how your brain thinks. And they take away the things that would rob me of my happiness the most and replace them with things that give me happiness. They are cognitive tool sets to make sure that your brain is healthy. It's like going for the gym, but for your emotional well-being. And the more you practice these things, it's like stretching, the better you get at them. And they'll become intuitive. Now that you know that they exist, there's no reason not to use them. All 3 of these things really help with self-doubt, especially the affirmations that we talked about. And the more gratitude you feel, you'll realize that, you know, there's someone out there who will give anything to be in your position, including you 5 years ago. Writing it out and thinking about it and bringing it to the front of your brain makes a huge impact. Mudita makes it so that you never compare yourself to other people and say, I want to be where they are. You go, I'm so happy for them. And then you go, you know, if they can do it, I can do it too. You're not a criminal for not doing the things that you wanted. It's okay. If you didn't set big, hairy, audacious goals, what's the point of life anyway? So set big goals, and when you don't get them, forgive yourself and move on. So in conclusion, 3 of the best cognitive toolkits that you can use, I'll even say 4, to mastering your brain are: a feeling of mudita for others. When you see someone else thrive, don't feel jealous. 2, if you set big, hairy, audacious goals and you don't hit them, forgive yourself. Work up until the end, but when the goal passed, forgive yourself and then move on, reset the goal. Feel gratitude. Write 3 things in the morning that you're grateful for, 3 things in the evening that you're grateful for, and center yourself on the fact that there are so many people out there who'd give anything to be in your position. And 4, give yourself affirmations. Whenever you're tempted to do negative self-talk, don't. Instead, write down the things that you want to be. I'm good at computer science, I'm good at computer science, I'm good at computer science. And the way to train that muscle is actually to give a lot of positive self-talk to other people, and your brain will learn to always lean into the positive self-talk, and you'll start to do it for yourself. Once you master your mind, I'm sure you'll notice that everything around you seems to change. Your relationships with friends and family becomes less hostile, your work becomes more manageable, and you care more about your own well-being. If you found this helpful, be sure to share this with a friend and someone who you know who wants to master their mind. Don't forget to smash the like button below so the YouTube algorithm knows to recommend this video to other people like you. Leave us a comment, check out some of the other videos on the website. Click below to get the Speechify iPhone app and iPad app, the Android app, the Chrome extension. And with that, happy listening.